approve the accounts payable of
So moved.
$22,862,000.
Or
Okay, we've had a motion. It's been supported. Are there any questions? We have someone from, is Beth here?
Yes, sir, yes.
Here. I just have one question.
Yes.
I
Beth Dick,
noticed
Director of Finance.
I noticed on the BSNA report there was $34 worth of Skittles purchased through Health West. I was just wondering if those were mandated.
I did not see that dollar amount. I don't know about it being mandated, but I can look into that and find out what it was used for.
I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
And I'll just point out,
It might have been 32. I could be wrong.
okay, that this is a very large dollar amount. It includes 3 weeks of checks. Normally, when I bring these to you every Ways and Means meeting, there is only 2 weeks worth of checks, so this is 3 weeks. But you'll notice the one very large item that I've listed on here, number 11, is for over $10 million, which is a pass-through where we collect state education and mobile home taxes, and it's tax time, so September is a month where we collect a lot of that, and we just collect it and have to pass it through to the state of Michigan. So that's one of the reasons why this is such a large dollar amount. And I'd like to also point out number 17. That is actually the board approved back in June, I think, or July, the purchase of over $2 million worth of IT equipment. And you also approved to finance that through a company called Key Government Finance. So what has happened is we've got an escrow account with the money put in by Key Government Finance of, I think it was about 2.3 million. And then we're paying the vendor out of that escrow account as those invoices come through, and IT validates that we've received those pieces of equipment. And you approve that the chairperson sign off on all of those transfers are out of that account before they occur.
Could I just make a comment on that?
Yes.
Beth, on that company, that Key Finance,
Government Finance.
when I sign that, it goes to them. The very next day they call me and
Oh, really?
confirm that.
Okay.
So I thought that was really due diligence on their part to call and confirm the amount and everything. Because the first time they called me, I thought, oh, this is a scam, but it's not. Now I keep a copy of that, and they called to confirm that. I was impressed.
Yes.
And another thing I had a question is the payment to Sentinel Technologies for $151,000. Was that something that was bid out, competitively bid? Do you know?
I know it was approved through the Health West board. That was due to the whole virus issue that happened over there, and they had to replace some things. I would have to look into if it was bid or if it was approved by their board.
Did they follow our purchasing policy?
They're supposed to, yes.
Thank you.
I will check
it
into
was
that,
not
though.
bid out.
It was not bid out.
Was there's some justification for sole source? I can look into what supporting documentation
Would you
was provided.
confirm
Yes.
that is in fact sole source if that's what they tell you?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
One
and
more question.
yes.
So the Health West payments that are the state refunds, because they told us that was going to come through 2 weeks ago, the next day. Has any of that come through yet?
I just confirmed with Brandy Carlson, the CFO for Health West, prior to the meeting, and there have been no changes on the amounts outstanding from 2017 and 18. Is that what you're, older years?
Yes.
We have not received that yet.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, and Beth, you'll find out about the Skittles too.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
There. Why we didn't get our share? Is that what
No,
you're saying?
I don't see any in front of me.
All right. So accounts payable. No more questions. We'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
No.
Motion carries. All right, the next motion is WM 19/11-137. Approve the resolution authorizing issuance of the 2019 refunding bonds.
So moved.
Support.
Are there any questions on that? Yes, Zach.
I'd like an explanation. I've read it, but it's
That's fine.
Okay.
I figured I was planning on giving an explanation. We did a large project back in 2010. We refer to it as the Honeywell Energy Improvement Project, where we ended up issuing $7.1 million in capital improvement bonds to do energy improvements throughout county buildings. Just about every county building got either some kind of new HVAC system. Brookhaven ended up getting new windows. We did a lot of water conservation, lighting. Just about every building got something. And when we did those, we did it under a federal recovery zone. We had to be classified as a federal recovery zone. And as part of that, we issued bonds. We ended up with a 6.97% interest rate on those bonds, which is a pretty high rate compared to today. But we're getting 45% reimbursement from the federal government to offset the interest. So it nets out to be about a 3.8% interest rate when we get the reimbursement. We have, given today's interest rates, and we've already surpassed 10-year, we're at almost 10 years of maturity on these bonds. We've got another 10 years to go. It's the perfect time that we can actually refinance or refund these bonds and end up with a even lower interest rate than we would get with netting the federal subsidy that we're getting, the 45%. PNC is the holder of these bonds, and we've already reached out to them, and they said they would be interested in purchasing the remaining balance as a refunding, and they've given us an estimated rate of 2.6%. So we could actually do these as taxable bonds at that, which allows us under tax exempt bonds, you have what's called private use restrictions, where if we ever want to lease out any of our vacant space in any of our county buildings, we have to maintain a level where we have bonds. We have to maintain a level of 5% or less private use, or they become taxable, not tax exempt. And it's just a matter of having to track all those type of leasing arrangements, the square footage, making sure we're not going over that 5%. It's a lot of manual tracking when we have tax exempt bonds associated with any buildings. So by doing this as a refunding and doing it as taxable, we don't have to track that private use restriction anymore. And actually, we are estimating with the taxable rate that PNC has estimated to give us, we'll have about a $200,000 savings over the next 10 years.
Yes, sir.
So are we extending that out?
No.
bond? So it's still a 10-year.
Still 10 more years.
Anyone else? Okay, no more questions, we'll vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion passes. The next item is WM 19/11-138, authorize the deletion of a building maintenance electrician and create a building maintenance mechanic, 2 positions.
Support.
Okay, we've got motion that's been supported. We have the Public Works Director here if anybody has any questions on that. If there are no questions, we'll vote.
I do have one question on that. Where will he start?
Matt Fair, Public Works. You mean where will this position start on the pay scale?
Yes.
Well, it depends on the qualifications.
Okay. So you don't have somebody in mind?
No.
You're just going to post.
No, this would go open,
Right.
competitive.
Matt, you might just explain what happened here.
Yeah, as you know, through the last few years, we've deleted positions, we've reduced our staff, and we've right-sized our staff in the facilities. We tried to get an electrician in here. It's been posted for 8 months. No applicants, so we need a body. And so we're lowering the position down to mechanic 2, getting someone in that can help out.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you. All right, we're on 138. We'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion passes. The next item is WM 19/11-139, authorized to waive the right of first refusal on a vacant lot at 500 East Ellis Road.
So moved. Support.
Any comments or questions on this?
I'd like to understand this a little bit better.
Yes. In the airport business park, we have covenants on all the properties that if any property sells, even if we own it or not, if it sells and it's vacant land, there's no improvements on it, the county has the right of first refusal. And it was put in there so we could control the marketing of it and what went there. So, of course, we reached out to the airport to see if they needed that lot for anything. And we reached out to Norton Shores as well. And there's no reason to exercise our right to take ownership of that property.
I couldn't tell if we were giving up all of our rights to refusal or
Yeah,
just for the one piece.
it's just for the one piece. Yeah, they've got an offer. It's
Okay.
going to be purchased. We just have the right to pay the same amount of money for that land. We don't need it.
Thank you.
Anybody else? If not, we'll vote on that 140, or I'm sorry, 139. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? That motion passes. The next item is WM 19/11-140, authorized to accept the offer of a purchase of the
So
county-owned
moved.
home at Whitehall Road. We have the Realtor here if anyone, any questions on this.
No, I'd just like to say thank you very much for, moving this to a realtor. I was unhappy with it the way it was before. So
This is, just so everybody knows, this, the net on this is about $27,000 more than it would have been.
Yep.
And, okay, yes, Mark, you have something?
No, very
okay.
good. Happy with this.
Okay, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
aye.
That motion passes. The next item is WM 19/11-141, approved payment from the Department of Veteran Affairs Fund towards the cost of a proposed water control structure.
So moved.
So
in Veterans
moved.
Park.
Second.
Any questions on this? We'll vote then. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? That motion passes. I believe that is the end of the action items. So the next item is old business. Does anyone have any old business to bring to public work or Ways and Means? Sorry, I'm not the Public Works Director. New business. Is there any new business to come to Ways and Means? In public comment, anyone in the audience would like to talk about anything? No one. All right, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Our next meeting will start at 4 o'clock.
Um,
Public Works.
all those in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Sean?
We're adjourned.